Welcome to Top Table Gaming. I'm Top Table Steve. In this video we are going to be going over everything we know, which is a lot by the way, for Warhammer Quest: The Cursed City. Hello guys, Top Table Steve here. This is going to be a video where we look at Cursed City and everything we know so far. There's been loads this week. Also, while I'm on, please do consider subscribing. It really does help the channel and it pushes me to create more and more content for you guys to watch. So, the GW preview at weekend. We really did expect quite a few more spoilers from the Cursed City. We didn't expect them just to go the whole hog and pretty much show us everything, all the miniatures, what's inside the box art, more background. It was insane, and I think a lot of people are with me when we can say that it absolutely blew us away. As the image changes, we can see that we have the game laid out in front of us, which hints at how the gameplay, the game itself, is going to play out, very much like Blackstone Fortress, which I think we all knew. We know it's a co-op game, pretty much the same as Blackstone Fortress. We can see straight off the bat there was a lot of rumours around terrain being included in the box. There's no terrain again. It's all floor tiles, a square-based grid instead of the hex-based grid that Blackstone Fortress had. I quite like the square-based grid. It's just got a real old-school feel to it. In the background there, at the back end of the picture, we can see comes with objective markers, which are a really nice touch. The objective markers are of different things. There's like marker posts, cages, skeletons hanging from trees, etc. And I just think stuff like that is a really nice addition to any game. It's looking like we have the same D12, D8, D6 system. Again, same as Blackstone Fortress, which means that some of the rumoured compatibility from Silver Tower, etc., is not to be, unfortunately. I know there was a lot of chat on the forums and on the groups on Facebook about this, and a lot of people weren't so keen on the multiple dice system. I quite like it. I think it's a really good system, and I think it's got a lot of potential. You can see the character cards with the D6s on them, which offer up different plays and tactics throughout the game. I would guess as the characters weaken as the game goes on, you lose different dice abilities and different ways to activate. It's a good system, and it seems to work well with Blackstone Fortress, and looking at these images, I think they've just brought it over into this also. Couple of things. The initiative tracker seems very similar. The one thing I did notice, which I'm really interested and keen to see how it's going to work, is the disc, which looks like a kind of a day-night tracker. Is that going to affect AI abilities? Are they going to be stronger in the night time than they are throughout the day? Does it govern whether some abilities are in use for the good player, or more importantly the AI evil side? I think it looks like it could be a really interesting part of the game. Looks like certain dice rolls determining the mindset of the baddies and the actions they take seems to have carried over from Blackstone Fortress again, which again keeps it varied. It's a really nice touch. And you can play the same scenario over and over again, and it can have a different outcome each time, and the bad guys do different things, which it just gives longevity to the game, and it's something that I really do welcome. You can't see it on there, but it's been confirmed. Just like Blackstone Fortress, we do have a secret envelope that you open at the end of the game, which totally opens up for expansions, which I think we knew, but expansions equal support and plans for the future, which sort of makes people spending their hard-earned cash on a game like this a little bit safer in the knowledge that Games Workshop have things that are going to make this game last for a good few years to come. You've got your War Scrolls, which I think a lot of people were hoping for. It means they can use a lot of these bad guys, the undead and the like, in AOS, which is a nice touch, and it seems to be something that Games Workshop are doing more and more regular, where characters and different minis can cross over from one system to the next. And I think it just makes this, as far as GW are concerned, a nice feeder into the realm of AOS. So anyone who's coming into Games Workshop products who's not purchased from Games Workshop before, or has been put off by like the mass battle or the sheer size of Age of Sigmar games or Warhammer 40k, this is a nice little feeder game. gets you interested in the models, gets you interested in the hobby painting side, and just opens that door and eases you in a little bit more gentle than being told to buy a 2,000 point army straight off the bat and get it painted up in a couple of days. So yeah, it's good. It's a good marketing plan from GW, and I just think it's a nice way to get newer players involved, which is always a good thing. So in the box we get a absolutely magnificent hero models. We were teased the Jensen Derek, which is centre bottom character, at New Year, I think New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day, on the Warhammer community blog and on the videos that were over there, and we all thought Mordheim was coming back, and this model just does not disappoint. It's absolutely fantastic. I've seen a few comments about his armour and, you know, being a bit quirky and this and that and the other, but do you know what? I'm all for just changing the mould a little bit and switching things up and just keeping things fresh. And this is just going to be the vibe that Curse City has, and it's going to have its own identity alongside being part of the Age of Sigmar world. So Jensen Derek is an absolute stonker of a model. I can't wait to get some paint on. From there, we have Collathis. She's the elven bow character. She has a blood oath. She's got revenge on her mind. All the vampires killed all of her kin, and she's out to seek revenge and kill as many vampires with her magical bow as possible. We also have Imelda Baraskov, which is bottom left, which is the Lady Knight. Again, I really like this model. When I first seen it, I wasn't so keen, and the more and more I look at it, the more and more it grows on me. Her whole army was destroyed again by the vampires, and she's out for revenge. But I'm really looking forward to that model. I like the way it looks, I like the pose, I like pretty much everything about it. We then have Dagny Holdenstock, the dwarven character. He's more of a selfish, he has a selfish background to him. He's there to help this crew, but he's also out for his own gains. He's under the impression that he'll get into this city and, you know, reap the rewards of just kind of having fresh pickings from what's left after they complete their task. Glariau Van Alten III is the very, very glamorous looking other man model. Again, that model is absolutely stunning. He's glorious. His armour looks immaculate. His clothing and his robes, you can tell that he's come from good stock. And again, it's just a really, really nice model. Very, very similar to the main character from Blackstone Fortress, if I do say so. And that is not a problem for me, because I thought that character was amazing also. Cleona Zeitingale, I think it is. She's seen all this coming in Ulfengarn, and she warned them and she was ignored. And now she makes it her business to clean up the streets of these vampires one by one and reclaim the city. Octran Glimscribe, they're very strange names, this lot. He's kind of a shaman type character. He once worked with Targelius, which is one of the evil characters which we'll come to, and he now seeks to destroy him. He's more good of heart and just doesn't agree with all this vampiric necromancy and wants to put his wrongs right. And yeah, again, a very interesting character, very cool. From there we have Brutog Corpse Eater. Pretty much as the name says, this ogre has a hunger for undead flesh to satisfy, and he has a point to prove within the cursed city, and that is all the good heroes. All in all, we have 42, yes, count them, 42 enemy models. From bats and rats, which are really like old school Warhammer Fantasy, to like skeletons, which the new aesthetic on these is absolutely amazing. The paint job just knocks it out the park also on well, you can see them in front of you, they're amazing. The zombies, which are not for everybody, from what I've been hearing on some other YouTube channels and reading on Facebook. But for me, they're great. They're just so characterful. We've got to remember this game isn't based on anything real. Like it's a fantasy game. It's there to switch things up, and I just think having their tombstones skewered through their bodies into them with like roots growing out their eyes and all sorts of stuff going on, I really like it. I think they've pushed the boundaries, and I think they've done it really, really well. The paint jobs again really help. Here we can have a closer look at Gorsloth, the Gravekeeper. This was the first mini from the evil side that we were teased, and what a mini it is. Really, really like Silent Hill-esque, if you like, with a sprinkling of the fantasy theme thrown in there. I think it's a great miniature. The paint jobs, I know I keep going on about the paint jobs, but the paint jobs on these test minis are fantastic, and I think they sell the game really well. I think Games Workshop have done an amazing job on the whole artwork, the cover art and everything on the box, and the paint job on the minis is something else. It's a great miniature and it's full of character. From him we move over to the Watch Captain Halgrim. This guy used to be, you know, part of the city guard, and him and his men just deceived the nobles and joined with the vampires with a promise of everlasting life, and with the blood kiss were turned into the undead. Great model again. Love these undead miniatures. You know, the fact that there's so much character from their previous life still in the armour and the clothing is really, really nice. Him and his cronies are really going to look amazing on any board that you pop them on. I mentioned before Targelius. This is the chap. Another great model. Loads of character. Love the candles. Love the fact that there's a bat on there, a raven, a wolf to his feet. Great little mini, and he's going to be an absolute pleasure to paint. This guy is kind of a shaman character who's just been experimenting in the undead and necromancy, and he needs to be put to an end as soon as possible. And the Virgos Bloodborne. These were some of the nobles from the original city that had the blood kiss from the vampires and were kept around and just used as their own kin. Great miniatures. You have, I think there's 3 of these in the set of different poses. Really, really nice. All different poses, jumping around. Kind of shows that they're full of agility and whatnot. And then the big bad himself, Raduka, the ancient vampire that has absolute mental blood rage and sheer strength. He is immortal and he just looks absolutely awesome. The fact that he's got a 2-headed, or should I say the pelt of a 2-headed wolf, shows that he absolutely means business. And it looks like a big mini as well compared to the rest of the miniatures in the box. It's a great mini, great aesthetic. It's kind of got that Eastern European vibe to it, very Transylvania. I love it. It's great. They've done an amazing job. I've said it throughout the video. Games Workshop have really knocked it out of the park with this one as far as I'm concerned. The aesthetic, the sculpts of the miniatures, the amount of stuff that you're getting in the box. I just think that they've absolutely nailed it. And alongside that, you've got the 28 dice, all your card pop-outs and tokens and war scrolls and everything else you can pretty much see on the screen, as well as the booklets all involved. And I think you'll agree with me when you say that that is an absolute haul of a box. There's so much in there. I'm kind of thinking the price of this is going to be around the 160, 170 mark. I'd like to see it around that. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments. So that's it. That's the box. That's the box that we're all going to be craving for. The box we've all been waiting for so long. It's absolutely amazing. No release date yet. I'm thinking around April-ish, something like that. And before I go, I think what I'll do is, because we did get another article today, I'm going to go a little bit more into the background. You know, let's talk about the Cursed City. Let's see how it become what it is, how it become this grim, dark, vampire-ridden town that it is. So join me as we take a journey through Cursed City. The demon prince Slorn the Ravager set his sights on the city of Mournhold. The prince over time chipped away at the city's failing defences when along came Raduka the wolf and his ogres and engaged the armies of Slorn. He fought them back and gained the favour amongst the nobles against their better judgment. His vampiric reputation preceded him, but what choice did the city have? All he asked for in return was a place amongst the nobility and a willing sacrifice now and then to quench his bloodthirst. The nobles agreed, and thus began the downfall of Mournhold. As years passed, the willing sacrifices were not enough, and from his commanding citadel overlooking the city, he orchestrated its demise. The city plunged into eternal darkness, and the vampires killed and enrolled at will. Ulfan Khan was born. The vampires hunted unchecked. The streets are policed by the undead. There are few warriors who have vowed to rid Ulfan Khan of Raduka and bring peace where peace has been forgotten. for me, that sets this game up beautifully. I can't wait. I'm already there reading that, reading all the stuff from the webpage. Please do go and check it out. The webpage is amazing. It's just set me up. I can't wait. I know I've got to wait a few weeks, and it's just really frustrating. I can't wait to get my hands on this game. So there we are, folks. It feels like it's set up beautifully now for release day. I personally cannot wait to get my hands on it. We don't know about the price just yet. I'm sure that will come to light in the coming few weeks. We don't know about release date. I'm thinking around April time. I've just pulled that out of the air, if I'm totally honest. But yeah, I think about April time we could look at actually getting our hands on this box set. And what a beautiful box set it is. What do you guys think? What are you hoping to see in the gameplay? Is there anything from Blackstone Fortress that you think they've brought through or they've cut out? Was the bits of Blackstone Fortress that you think didn't work as well as they expected it to? I'll be really interested to hear what you guys have got to say about what we've learned so far. So please do get involved in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. This channel is all about giving you guys what you want. I will only know what you want if you get commenting, subscribing, and get involved in the community over on Facebook. If you search Top Table Gaming Community on Facebook, you'll find an amazing group full of people who are just crazy about hobby, whether it's gaming, whether it's painting, building, whatever you can think of. It's just a really nice place to hang out. Also, if you would like to support the channel, please do check out the links below. Follow us on all the social media links, and we do have a Patreon there as well, which makes these videos possible. And while I've got you guys on, there still is a mega giveaway, which is still got to run for another week. If you go and check out the Facebook post, you will see exactly what I mean. There is a huge giveaway, free to enter, really easy to enter, and you can get up to, I think it's 7 entries per person. So do get involved in that. That's going to be a lot of fun, and one person is going to walk away with an absolute shed load of hobby goodness. I've been Steve, and I hopefully will see you on the streets of Ulfenkarn very soon. So take care, guys, and yeah, keep washing those hands. See you later.